President Joe Biden delivered a comprehensive address on the ongoing campus protests concerning the conflict in Gaza, highlighting the delicate balance between upholding the principles of free speech and ensuring law and order. In his remarks, Biden underscored the fundamental American values of free speech and peaceful protest, while also emphasizing the importance of maintaining a civil society where order prevails. His decision to speak out was the culmination of internal discussions within his administration and concerns over escalating unrest, particularly evident in incidents such as those at UCLA. The president's comments come at a critical juncture, as he faces criticism from various quarters regarding his stance on Israel and his handling of the protests. With growing dissent among young voters and scrutiny from Republican critics, Biden's address sought to address these concerns while reaffirming his commitment to principles of democracy and social order. Throughout his speech, Biden condemned acts of violence, vandalism, and the disruption of academic activities, stressing that peaceful protest is a cornerstone of democracy, but must never descend into chaos or infringe upon the rights of others. He also reiterated the administration's stance against anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, emphasizing that such bigotry has no place in American society. Moreover, Biden's rejection of calls to deploy the National Guard underscores his commitment to resolving tensions through dialogue and respecting the right to protest. By opting for a measured approach, Biden aimed to navigate the complexities of the situation while upholding the principles of democracy and social justice. In conclusion, President Biden's address reflects the nuanced challenges he faces in addressing the campus protests and navigating the broader geopolitical landscape. By striking a balance between safeguarding free speech and maintaining law and order, Biden seeks to uphold the values that define the American democracy while addressing the concerns of various stakeholders in a time of heightened tensions.
We've all seen the images, and they put to the test two fundamental American principles. The first is the right to free speech and for people to peacefully assemble and make their voices heard. The second is the rule of law. Both must be upheld. We are not an authoritarian nation where we silence people or squash dissent. The American people are heard. In fact, peaceful protest is in the best tradition of how Americans respond to consequential issues. But, neither are we a lawless country. We are a civil society, and order must prevail. Throughout our history, we've often faced moments like this because we are a big, diverse, free-thinking, and freedom-loving nation. In moments like this, there are always those who rush in to score political points. But this isn't a moment for politics. It's a moment for clarity. So let me be clear. Peaceful protest in America. Violent protest is not protected. Peaceful protest is. It's against the law when violence occurs. Destroying property is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Vandalism, trespassing, breaking windows, shutting down campuses, forcing the cancellation of classes and graduations. None of this is a peaceful protest. Threatening people, intimidating people, instilling fear in people is not a peaceful protest. It's against the law. Dissent is essential to democracy, but dissent must never lead to disorder or to denying the rights of others so students can finish the semester and their college education. Look, it's basically a matter of fairness. It's a matter of what's right. There's the right to protest, but not the right to cause chaos. People have the right to get an education, the right to get a degree, the right to walk across the campus safely without fear of being attacked. But let's be clear about this as well. There should be no place on any campus, no place in America for anti-Semitism or threats of violence against Jewish students. There is no place for hate speech or violence of any kind, whether it's anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, or discrimination against Arab Americans or Palestinian Americans. It's simply wrong. There's no place for racism in America. It's all wrong. It's un-American. I understand people have strong feelings and deep convictions. In America, we respect the right and protect the right for them to express that. but it doesn't mean anything goes. It needs to be done without violence, without destruction, without hate, and within the law. You know, make no mistake, as president, I will always defend free speech, and I will always be just as strong in standing up for the rule of law. That's my responsibility to you, the American people, and my obligation to the Constitution. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, have the protests forced you to reconsider any of the policies with regard to the region?
No. Thank you.
Mr. President, do you think the National Guard should intervene?
No.
Mr. President,